So say you have a VR headset and you want to play some games but you can't afford them. Well, there's a site that's specifically made to crack Steam games. And they got this app called SmartSteam Launcher. So you open that while you have your Steam VR running, and then you can drag and drop bootleg games in it, or games for testing purposes if you want to test them before you buy them. So you go into this version is 1.4.1137. In the download, I think there's almost all the versions up to that one. So you click file and you hit add game, and I'll put download links to these games, and some of them have a launcher, some of them don't. Some of them can run through Steam and some can't. So either test it out in Steam and see if it works, or you'll have to use the Steam emulator to launch the game. So click the launcher, hit open, and then it'll ask you for a Steam app ID sometimes. So you'll have to go to Google and look for, say, Kitty Apocalypse, and then in Steam it'll just put ID and it makes it easier. App ID is 451010, and then hit save, and then you right click. It gives you different options. You just want to launch it normally. The game launches and it connects to the Steam VR, and most of them work. There are a few exceptions that they need a gamepad, and I have a Steam controller that only works with Steam and large screen view or whatever. But I'll show you real quick that the game does work, and then I'll go through a couple other ones. I'm using a GTX 950 video card, so it's only 2 gigs, but it still runs all the games. It's just a little bit, the flicker rate and the frames per second are a little bit lower. But for the most part, almost all the games I've tried have loaded on the NVIDIA GTX 950. Just click this guy, throw a Gatling gun.
Construction completed. Construction completed. Construction completed.
Zoom in. Pretty far. This game's Capcom. It's more for kids. Some of these games are small games where they jump out at you. Pretty simple. I've only gone through a couple levels. You can like right click on these guys, and when you get enough money you can upgrade their bullets, and they have like hollow point, stuff like that. Try a different game. I think, yeah, the Brookhaven experiment one is kind of more intense, but this one, if you see there's no exe, you have to go into it and actually find it. Like, and it depends if you're on like 64-bit or 32. It might not, but file, add, go to where it's at, find where the exe is. You could search to .exe or star.exe to find any exe inside of the subfolders of this, if you're really that lost. But it's pretty straightforward, and then you type in Brookhaven experiment ID, and it doesn't even matter if you spell it right. It comes up for, of course you would get in the way, what the hell. 440630, save, pops up right here, right click, launch, start off with this. Try to make it full screen. Whatever, I won't make it full screen, but this one I actually have to stand up for.
Rama, this is Kali. Maintain radio silence and look out for hostiles. Always check your sex. Over.
Guns, I got a stab in the face with this. Reach out. Oh! Jeez, fuck. Okay.
Your tracker is active, and I can see that you're in the old Fulton machining place. There are still enough active GPS satellites to get the job done. I've got reports of a large herd of hostiles in your area. You'd better unholster. Over. Stick to listen-only mode. Your voice will draw more of them to your position. As long as you keep moving, that tracker will let me know you're still on mission. Sun is almost down. So take care of any remaining hostiles in that place and get out of there.